but I will let you know. Okay, so I think this is, okay, so I'll go to .cbc. I found something interesting. I'm excited about that news. There was prescriptions for Natrol. So, oh yeah, doctors in Halton can now prescribe Natrol to help people have a better quality of life. I like this. It's by Aurora Carolino Rosas. December 26th. So it says doctors can prescribe people to go Natrol. It's with Conservation Halton, and they partnered with Halton Healthcare and PAOX, and then you can get up to 10 free visits to conservation areas. This is a great idea because Natrol has a lot of health benefits, and it also demonstrates that people should have access to Natrol, and the natural environment should not be destroyed all the time. Let's see. 75% of subscriptions are made for mental health. And then those opportunities to improve your physical well-being. And I believe, I just got a notification. That's saying, okay, yeah. So I believe that the physical well-being is important. And this could end up reducing expenses from people that are accessing Natrol more. It started December 2nd in the Halton region. BC Parks Foundation started it in 2020. A similar thing. And it's to advance conservation as well as to connect people to nature. And then there's a quote from Jenny McCaffrey, Vice President of Health and Education at the BC Parks Foundation, who said it's been really proven that when people are connected to nature, they're more likely to engage in pro-environmental behaviors for the long term. And then they want to be recognized for the fourth pillar in healthcare. And then those partners in Parks Canada, the Canadian Medical Association, Toronto and Regional Conservation Authority, and more. So Dr. Stephen Chin, the interim vice president for medical affairs at Halton Healthcare, said walking outside for 20 minutes, quote, can make a difference in our health by triggering a drop in our cholesterol levels. So like reducing, I think that's like reducing high blood pressure and stress. And then if you're less stressed, you have less cholesterol, you're likely seeing the doctors less. So that saves on healthcare, and a lot of people lack access. I hope that like emergency room physicians can prescribe this as well, or like you don't even have to go to the emergency room. I hope that it can be prescribed like at the pharmacy, that would be like even better. They can go to the PAOX website, select the region, and park and register the prescription to get a free pass. The barrier to get this prescription is low. There's almost no reason why someone should not be more physically active. For that reason, I think these prescriptions will likely be readily available and freely given. There was a resident, Tom Gannon, Hamilton, who was struck by a car over a year ago and had a natural prescription. And, quote, I was crossing at Woodbine and Danforth in Toronto, and a car came readily out of nowhere and struck me full force. And says prescribed natural time has made a big difference. Hamilton said he's not 100%, but thanks to his prescription, he's way better off than would be if he hadn't had the natural pass. And he's a musician and writer, an outdoorsy person. Before getting the prescription, but with extra access, he's also found other areas of his life has improved. Higher functioning. So let's see. I can see if I can find other articles. Health and nature. Let's see. So there's McGill University, Time in Nature Benefits Children with Mental Health Difficulties study. So I'll read that. It says it's from McGill University, and that was the title of the article. And it says an inexpensive school-based program may help the most vulnerable. And they're from... it doesn't say who wrote the article. But they do attach a study. I like that in the articles. So researchers from McGill and University de Montreal, Observatoire pour l'éducation et la santé des enfants, led by Sylvana Cote, spent 2 hours a week class time in a natural environment. Said that spending 2 hours a week of class time in a natural environment can reduce emotional distress among 10 to 12-year-olds who had the most significant mental health problems before the program began. And then there was a UNICEF report pointing to the importance of green space for children's development. So this is an educational benefit. And the study was published in the JANMA Network Open, which looked at the effects of spending time in nature and behavioral and mental health symptoms over 500 students across Quebec in the spring of 2023. Children with higher mental health symptoms at baseline showed greater reductions in symptoms following the intervention. And then it may targeted benefits for children with higher levels of mental health vulnerabilities and potentially act as an equalizer of mental health among school-aged children. And it's supposed to use randomized control trial to provide concrete information about the benefits to children of spending time in nature. And then the control group was 1,000 children. And then all born 10 to... They're all 10 to 12 years old. And 33 different elementary schools. And then all schools within 1 kilometer of a park or green space. And then half the children stayed in school, while a similar number of children took part in nature-based intervention. And then they were asked to fill a short questionnaires. I know that the questionnaires might not capture people with autism necessarily. That is a problem with survey questions. They don't capture everyone necessarily, but I do like that this study was done. And then they were asked to offer the regular classes in subjects such as math, languages, or science. In addition, they were asked to incorporate a short 10 to 15 minute activity designed to promote mental health, with examples drawn from teacher's kit designed by the research team. So let's see. Hopefully I can have access to it. Okay, so I'll just read the conclusion. Oh, I think I will switch to like a full screen. All the home face. Yeah, I'll switch to full screen because I really like this study. I just have to find it again. Okay, there it is. So probably just read like the conclusion, outcomes. Primary outcome results were not significantly significant. And then there was high attrition, so they were unable to analyze the 3-month follow-up data. And then there was post hoc analysis, reviewed low levels of mental health symptoms at baseline with low variability. So it was mostly effective with students with higher symptoms at the baseline. So this intervention isn't for everyone, based on this the research. So that's why it's important to like look at the actual research instead of just glossing at the headline. But there are all benefits. For some people. And then the conclusion, They found that 12 weekly 2-hour class sessions in green space did not reduce mental health symptoms in students aged 10 to 12 years in either the pre-control or the intent to treat analysis. Of note, symptom levels at baseline were already low, as the intervention was implemented in a daily life elementary school setting in grades 5 to 6. Post hoc moderation analysis suggested small benefits to children with higher levels of internalizing symptoms, externalizing symptoms, or social problems at baseline. The intervention was low cost and caused no harm, and then people reacted favorably. Participants interventions such as Open Sky program can be encouraged by policymakers, educators, and stakeholders. However, further studies are warranted to better understand the potential effectiveness of these interventions as therapeutic or preventative measures, especially among children with mental health symptoms. Of note, this was a study by already close to Parks, and it's called A Nature-Based Intervention in Mental Health of School Children, cluster randomized clinical trial. I think that's an interesting article. There was an article in Nature. Mental health is positively associated with biodiversity in Canadian cities. Am I able to read the article? So this is by Rachel T. Buxton, Emma J. Hudgens, Eric Levine, Paul Villeneuve, Stephanie Price, Amber Pearson, Tanya Halsell, Courtney Robertshold, and Joseph Bennett, and Communications, Earth and Environment. So I'll go to the conclusion. Let's see, did I have a conclusion? Okay. Well, that's methods. That's discussion. Okay, so let's see. Methods. Analysis. Okay. I guess I'll go to discussion. I think that would be the best space to look at. So they found support for positive association between metrics of bird and species diversity as self-rated mental health in postal codes in Canadian cities. And then the association persisted when covariates including covariates including social demographics and health behaviors were added to the models. And then for both species diversity, the positive association with self-rated mental health persisted when the data were stratified by low and high marginalization. And then the article says, results are in line with prior evidence from the UK, where higher bird species richness was associated with the prevalence of good health from a national census. Encounters with birds were associated with time-lasting improvements in mental well-being, and listening to recordings with a higher diversity of bird species songs were associated with lower depression, and listening to any bird song alleviated anxiety and paranoia. And then it says urban nature-based solutions, including tree planting and avian habitat restoration, represent an opportunity to address both mental health challenges and biodiversity conservation. So we should be protecting the natural environment. And let's see, is anyone... Yeah, so it looks like there's no one else listening today, and I'm almost at an hour and 44 minutes. So I'll probably end the stream. I wish you a good rest of your day. And I hope to be back tomorrow. Well,